Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Today, I bring you guys loot from 10 hours of the Whisperer. Here's the gear setup as well as the inventory. We're going to be using a Tunic and Shadow for this whole entire video, as well as full Ancestral. Looking at the collection log, the Whisperer has always been good to me. We have 4 Bellator drops, 2 pets, and 1 axe piece. We've already completed a whole Soul Reaper axe before, so hopefully we get a second axe piece today. That would be incredible. Alongside this, hopefully we get a Bellator drop, because the Bellator ring went all the way up from a 30 mil price point to 60 mil. That's right, doubling in price within just a few months, which means if we manage to get one in this 10-hour session today grinding the Whisperer, we will make a guaranteed 6 mil profit an hour. Here we have our very first kill coming up, and I am curious to see the normal drops as well after a span of 10 hours here. I want to see exactly how much we're going to be making just from the normal drops, and then we'll see if we get any luck with the Virtus or the Bellator. As you can see, I was taking a little bit of damage at the very start just because it had been a while since I've been to this boss, and I was getting a little irritated because I want to get as many perfect kills as possible. Well, speaking of perfection, I want to tell you guys about the giveaway that IRONSIDEcomputers.com is doing right now. The giveaway is a brand new Milk Box PC worth $3,000, and it comes with a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D and an RTX 5070 Ti. This giveaway is open to anyone and everyone, including international entries, and it ends on the 29th of May. Simply click the link in the description below or the pinned comment, and if you complete any of the tasks using that link, then you will be entered into the giveaway. And if you are shopping at IRONSIDEcomputers.com, make sure to use code Mr. No Sleep OSRS and you'll receive free shipping. Well, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get back into today's video. Well, I wish you all luck with the giveaway, and I wish myself luck today at the Whisperer, the luckiest Desert Treasure 2 boss for me personally, receiving over 2 pets, and I think I got the first one at below 100 kill count. I believe this was the first ever boss that I did 1,000 kills of post Desert Treasure 2, and it was, I think, week 2 of that update, and I made over 800 mil. That was back in the day when the Bellator ring was around 160 mil. Now it's about 60 mil, which is actually really good because, as I mentioned before, it was sitting at 30 mil for a very long time. The Bellator drop rate is 1 in 512, just like the drop rate of the axe piece. If we do get the axe piece, I mean, that is equivalent of like 100 mil right there, because that is the component of that Soul Reaper axe. So hopefully we see one of those drops, if not both, during today's video. We also have the Virtus pieces, which are 1 in 1500. So since there's 3 Virtus pieces, you're looking at more like 1 out of a 500 chance to get any of those. I don't really recall getting many Virtus pieces from the Whisperer, but I have received many different Virtus pieces from the other bosses, so we'll see where my luck will lie today. Just a few kills into the video so far, still taking a little bit of damage here, but that's okay. We are going to perfect it in no time, and it looks like it's going to take no time to get our first drop. There we have it. We have the staff drop. This is one component of the Soul Reaper axe. Unbelievable luck so far. You know, I actually got the very first staff drop here at around KC 900, so this is like just a couple hundred kills after, and only 13 minutes into the 10-hour grind for our second official axe piece from the Whisperer. That makes for 2 axe pieces, 2 pets, and so much more. This is definitely why the Whisperer is my favorite boss of all time. I always say it on live stream when I get that question, and you know, it's just incredible. Making 800 mil from the first 1,000, and then all these years later, still getting some decent luck here. Also completing an elite combat task. I will take that. A lot of people don't like this boss, which is understandable. Personally, I don't like the Vardorvis boss when it comes to Desert Treasure 2, but I love all of the other ones. I really can't complain, and the Whisperer has always stood out just because of the RNG that she gives me, and just because the pet is by far my favorite. Used to be Duke, but nowadays I gotta say it's the Whisperer. In the normal drop table, the less damage that you take here, the better the drops. For example, if you take a lot of damage, you might get 466 soul runes, but if you take no damage during the kill, you could get 1,400 soul runes. runes. And here we have a new personal best coming in of not too bad, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. It just depends on my DPS. That really determines the speed of the kill. I tend to run a little too far every single time the Whisperer attacks me. You definitely don't have to run as far as I do in order to attack back, but I just like to run a safe distance, guaranteed to where I won't get hit by anything. And yes, that might make the kill longer, but just check out these normal drops. The less damage I take, the more money I make. So that is why I love the Whisperer, because I don't take as much damage here as I do at other Desert Treasure 2 bosses. And for me personally, I know everyone's different, but it's just easier for me not to make as many mistakes at the Whisperer compared to the other ones. At the end phase though, it gets a little tricky. But no one's perfect except my man Chris Archie. There's a beautiful drop, 10 dragon plate skirts, 1.6 mil from that. I will happily take that. I love this drop table. I mean, really, it's just, this is incredible. The better you do, the better rewards, and I'm all about that. I mean, you know, at least most of the time. Sometimes it gets a little brutal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 hour into the video so far, and honestly, I accounted for a little extra, so I did get 19 kills. Overall profit, 4.5 mil, and we have the staff drop as well, which if you want to look at it from like a value perspective, that's a nice 100 mil minimum, and just leading to more success and more bright lights. 10 dragon plate skirts again. It's such a cool drop to see. This reminds me of like when Revenants dropped 100 dragon plate skirts at a time, or you know, something crazy like that. Also, as we progress with these kills, I do want to let you guys know that yes, there is a Castle Wars update that has happened in Old School RuneScape, and I am just now finishing loot from 100 crates, so you will see that video very, very soon. We're going to be killing it this month on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to all the videos. The Iron Man's working overtime this month, and so is the main account. You know, some people ask me, Mr. No Sleep, why do you kill the Whisperer? You already green logged her. What else are you trying to prove? You haven't even done the Awakened version yet. And while that's true, because, you know, we're waiting to do the Awakened bosses, I still love PVMing, and I love all sorts of PVMs. So just because I green log something doesn't mean that I'm never going to make a video there again. I just do what I enjoy, and I just felt like doing a little bit of whispering, you know? And what can I say? The rewards so far, so good. I mean, there are bad drops on the drop table. For example, you have things like, you know, Mithril Longswords, for example. But again, most of these drops are decent, and you always get the Awakener orbs too, which are a solid 1 million GP, so that always helps. Supply costs stay at a low here. You just sipping prayer potions and using magic, so you are going to be using charges depending on what spell and what staff you're using. Some people like to bring thralls here. I'm not some people. No, I mean I am, but I like to use Ice Barrage. I like to freeze the Whisperer. Just keeps things a little simple, you know, less attention needed and less of a hassle. You know, you don't have to worry about running away from her or anything. I did bring the Accursed Scepter for my special attack weapon for about half of this video, and then I switched on over to the Volatile Staff. If you want more prayer, which I do recommend if you want to save just a little bit of money on supplies, you can bring an Eldritch Staff, so something to keep in mind. There we have a Shadow Quartz drop. Not really that significant, but it is worth mentioning. We're going to just make another Scepter with it later on using the Ancient Staff. Here we have another nice drop of 7 Dragon Plate Skirts. I did take just a few damage that kill, so it would have been 10 had I taken no damage, but since I, you know, didn't have a perfect kill, it did go down to 7. Let me know what you guys think about that mechanic in the description below. I am curious, and also if you ever have any suggestions on what you want to see done for a span of 10 hours, whether it's on the main account or the Iron Man, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'm going to be uploading a lot this month, and I'm kind of focusing on things that where prices have changed significantly. So I am working on Demonic Gorillas in the near future because Zenites are through the roof right now, as well as so many other items from many different bosses. So if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave it in the comments below. As you can see here, I mean, so many death runes, a huge amount of soul runes, and then more dragon plate skirts. I'd say the only drop here, other than the Mithril Longswords that's disappointing, is the Manta Rays with the prayer potion and ancient brew. But at least we got an elite clue scroll, so we'll take that. Well, we are nearing the end here, and we do have a drop, but it's not the best. A chromium ingot this time, about 1 in 170. From the Elite Clue Scroll Casket. All right, 77k, but we do have a master clue. From the master clue, 420 overall, 429k. And here we have another elite clue. I love elite clues. I am doing them until I get a third age item. Hopefully that'll be soon. One thing that I didn't think would be soon is another staff drop. That's right, guys. 3 Soul Reaper axe pieces in almost 1300 KC here. That is incredible. This boss is just too good to me. From the easy clue casket, just about 4.6k. We'll go ahead and drop most of that. And from the elite clue, 122k. Pretty average, but hopefully this elite clue here on the ground will make up for the last one. Well, we are on the last hour now, entering hour 9, and here we go, Bellator Vestige. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Bellator ring. Oh, this is so incredible. This price check was already not too bad, but this automatically, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, adds an incredible 60 mil to our price check. So now we are at an even number of 1300 KC overall, and I gotta say, my luck at this boss still to this day holds true. I am so happy with this, and the other drops are just stacking up. All of these normal drops really do add great value, not to mention that we got a back-to-back Awakener orb drop, which is always nice to see. And these battle stabs are no joke either, especially for you Iron Men out there. Want to get a couple hundred battle stabs in one drop, you gotta come on down to the Whisperer. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, loot from 10 hours of killing the Whisperer has been completed. Now I'm gonna go on over to Edgeville Furnace and create my Bellator ring, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and use 3 chromium ingots as well as 500 blood runes and a warrior ring that we have crushed down, and now we're gonna sell that Bellator ring for after tax 59.4 mil. Go ahead and open up this elite clue for 96k, and now we're gonna withdraw all of the normal drops, including the chromium ingot, the shadow quartz, and the 2 staff drops. About 180 kills in 10 hours, and the overall price check just from the normal drops comes out to be 24.2 mil. That is roughly 2.4 mil an hour if you receive nothing, not to mention that we got those 2 Soul Reaper axe pieces, which is an incredible amount of money on its own. From the second price check, just the Bellator ring, another 59 mil. You add those 2 numbers together, ladies and gentlemen, 83 mil made in 10 hours of killing the Whisperer, 2 mil in supply costs, and 2 axe pieces. I love this boss. This is why it's my favorite boss of all time, and I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. Well, that's it for now. Make sure to sign up for that Ironside computer giveaway. You never know where your luck may lie. And with that being said, thank you to all the YouTube channel members. Big shout out to DaeDogGaming and DeceptionZ, and of course, xXzoticx. You guys are amazing. I'll see you soon with the Castle Wars video, and until then, Mr. No Sleep